Well, hello, everybody. How are you guys doing today? And today is day 63 of the 90-day leadership and duplication challenge. And today I'm going to give you a new tool that's going to really help you grow your business. And this may seem really obvious, but many of you are not doing it. And I'm going to probably put myself in that category as well. And this is called accountability. Yeah. Um, I've had a conversation with many different leaders, and they say, "Gosh, I just wish I could find a leader that'd be like me." And yeah, like I say that too about myself, right? But then I kind of look at, would I hire myself? Like, am I really doing the job to the 100%, to the 1000% of integrity and quality of work? Like, would you hire you? Like, one leader today said that she's been lazy. Yeah, sure, we need to take some time out once in a while. But let's talk about accountability in a way that you can use to motivate yourself and take a look at your downline and see if anybody there is looking for accountability. One of the things that was said, that people are actually looking for someone to hold them accountable. Like, they're actually, our chief goal in life is to be accountable. I remember my sister told me, this is a really bad analogy, and I don't mean to go there with this, but I'm going to anyway because it's just it's a story that when you train dogs, that they want to have the discipline and they want to be heel, like when you're training them to walk next to you, that they want to have guidance on knowing what's expected of them. And I think this goes true with children too. Like, they're going to push the limits because they want to know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And I think part of what's wrong with our society today is that maybe as parents, they could have been a little bit too lenient, like, oh, that's okay. I don't have the energy to fight that one. Or it's just another candy bar. It's okay, whatever. When I'm also, another part of this whole thing is like speaking your word. Like, and I know I've shared this with you guys in the past, and I don't know if I can find it real quick, but integrity. What is the integrity conversation? Um, yeah, I don't have it here real quick, but there's an integrity about when you define the word integrity, it actually is doing what you said you would do, even if you said you wouldn't do it, because it was kind of expected for you to do it anyway. And when you realize you're not going to be doing it, that you recreate a new accountability to it and recommit and mention it to those people who are involved around that, to let them know that you're going to be held accountable to it. Okay? So that's integrity. It's honoring your word. And really all you have is your word. All you have is your word. And when I think about the power behind that, your word creates who you are. So, another story around this is that your mess is your message. I have been spending a lot of time calling friends and just checking in with people and, being accountable to them, right? And I had a friend who shared something about her sister um, is a hoarder, and she needed to move this person to another center, another facility, to be actually better taken care of. And when you think about the mental mess that goes on that has people hoard things, what is the conversation around hanging on to stuff? Like, I know I hang on to too many things to myself. Like, I know that letting go of some things that actually drain your energy down and putting your energy towards things that are going to lift you up. And that could be lots of things. And one of them is your accountability to yourself. And so, what does that mean? What does accountability mean when you're talking about to yourself? Um, well, here's the thing. As entrepreneurs, a definition of an entrepreneur, when we ran our print shop, entrepreneurs have this crazy personality. Like their mind is blah blah. Oh, I'm going to do this. I want to do this. And oh, what about this? And how they change their mind. They got lots of creativity happening, and that has to be there in order for you to move forward and get some ideas going. Right? People who are more analytic have a harder time moving forward because it gets stuck in the details. And so to be creative, you're willing to jump out there and do something and get things going. And so when we're talking about accountability, it's kind of bringing those two together in some ways to be able to get things done, right? And so um a team tell the team, so here's some notes on what you want to do for accountability for yourself. What is it that you wanna do? So is it a rank that you wanna hit? Is it a financial amount of money you wanna make in a month? Do you wanna be founder? Do you want to get a car, buy a house? What is it that you're looking for? I just got done going through social media and I found something that somebody told me that they actually wanted to be wanted to retire and actually do doTERRA full time like I did. And I thought, wow, paving the way with my accountability to my core helped others see something possible for them. And so one of the things that I had to do is be uncomfortable. I had to be really uncomfortable. I was super comfortable running my print shop. When we ran it for 28 years, I would show up to work. I knew what I needed to do. I knew, all the different systems, all the different stuff were in place. But the day I opened up the print shop, it wasn't that way. And it took me a long time to get to that place in my print shop before I felt that comfortable and felt that confident and felt loved, like people, oh, I love Becky. She's doing a great job for me. I can trust her. And that's the same thing with doTERRA is when you're working in the network marketing space, there's that whole trust and that accountability that must happen. So what is your goals? Now, you want to have that accountability to reach that goal. So list in the chat below what some of your goals are. I'd love to see them. So list in there what some of the goals are. And then I'm going to ask you, what do you like to do? What are some of your things that you really love? Do you love to watch soccer or football? Do you like to go to movies? Do you like to read books? For me, I really love to work in the garden. I love to pull weeds and look at the beautiful flowers and see the vegetables that I'm growing. And it's funny, it's like I don't even really eat the vegetables. I should, but it's always like, they always go to seed too quickly or I always miss out. But it's interesting how when you think about all the things that you love to do you actually do those first before you actually do what you say you're going to do in a day? So if you're looking at your daily method of operations on what it takes to be at that certain rank. So what does it take to, let's say you want to get to elite. Do you know what it takes to get to elite? Yeah, so it needs to be 3,000 overall team volume. And it takes enrolling people, it takes having classes, it takes inviting people, right? You know what it takes to get to elite 3,000 overall team volume. Now, so what are you going to do to get there? Like what steps? Oh, you're going to schedule some classes. You're going to start calling people and inviting them to class. That's pretty simple when you boil it down to it. But are you doing it? Oh, no, you would rather go out in the garden or watch football on this TV, or those are the gratifications that we're asking you to delay every day. Maybe you don't go out in the garden until you made those 10 phone calls today. Maybe you don't turn on that TV until you've actually enrolled 10 people today. Maybe, like for football, it's every Sunday, once a week. So maybe you don't watch football if you didn't enroll 10 people this week. So you can set up this challenge for your self promotion, your self challenge to get to those places to have that self gratification. Kind of like, don't have a chocolate bar unless you worked out, right? And so, um, So, what are those? And the next step of that is, do you have leaders on your downline that you know can be here, but they're actually playing down here? So, if you have people on your downline that you know are so capable and have so much going on, it's so easy to have life happen and get in the way. I hear so many, I want to call them excuses, but for it's kind of not fair because for many people they take that, well, no, my I do need to move my sister out of her house. No, I do need to take care of this person, or I do need to go to work today. There are things that we do that actually pull us from our daily method of operations. And so if you were able to really set up a realistic daily method of operations, call 10 people, um, do a social media post, do a little bit of self development by reading a book or watching a video, learning about one oil, doing things like that and coming up with a list. Do those things first before you can actually do that other thing. And you're going to tell your family, like, I can't go grocery shopping until I make 10 calls, right? Or I can't go grocery shopping until I enroll 10 people. I mean, come up with that. Like maybe you go grocery shopping once every 2 weeks or once a week or whatever it is. And um, put that out there for the family. Put that out there on Facebook. Like, hey, I go grocery shopping every week, but my goal is I can't go grocery shopping until I enroll 10 people. And when you make that announcement, then it really holds you to the flames, right? Maybe that's not as strong enough for some people. Let's use another analogy. Here's a good one. Some people have gone through a nasty divorce, and it's horrible. Some people would never ever, they would pay anything to never see that spouse again. And so if I were to say, write a check to that spouse for what's going to hurt, just enough but you can afford it, but it's just enough that's going to really hurt, like maybe it's $5,000. Write a check out for $5,000 or $10,000 and put a note, I'm sorry I was wrong. Put it in an envelope and give it to a third party person. And you tell that third party person that your goal is to make it to founder in India by May of 2024. Your goal is to make it to gold rank, or your goal is to make it to elite rank, or you want to do whatever that goal is that you have not been able to get there. And promise that person they don't give it to you if you don't make it, they give it to the spouse. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about as far as accountability. When you put something that's gonna be painful in front of you, that's really gonna push you. This is the psychology and making your brain, training your brain to do those daily method of operations and those things that hold you accountable in another level that you're not willing to play. We're pretty nice to ourselves, right? Like, again, when you have a leader that you know can do this, but is only doing this, think about what it is for them. What is their self gratification, or what things are they using as an excuse that has them not play full out? And it could be just as simple as that they just need better guidance. And so they are waiting for you. And so if that is you and you want me to help you, reach out to me. I'd love to be that for you. And um, make sure, your upline, talk to your upline and say, "Hey, I really want to do this. Are you there for me? Let's make this happen." And if not, then reach up to the next person. Usually I found in some organizations it's like every other person. There's somebody who's a customer, somebody's a builder, somebody's a customer. And so it's nothing to do with you. Do not use your upline as your excuse, because for many of you, I'm your upline. And I'm here for you 100%. My accountability to you is all in. I think the only thing that makes it a little bit difficult maybe is that I'm at a different hour for my India team and people are working or whatever. But you can always text me and ask me a question and I promise you I'll answer within 8 hours. I'm always there. I'm accountable to you. And so play game this whole class today. I'm challenge you. Your assignment is to reach to someone in your downline and set up an accountability game with them, and also reach up to your upline and commit to an accountability game for yourself with them. Okay? So all in on oils, everybody. Just go ahead and give me a little bit of a what like this video so I know you watched it all the way through, and let me know what your game is, what you're really wanting to do. And when I oh yes, I want to go back to that whole conversation. What is your favorite thing? Like use that. Like you can't watch that again, or you can't do that until you've done your commitment. So I want to see that in the text below, what your self gratification is that you're delaying, and what the game is that you're playing before you can actually have that. So all in on oils, everybody. Again, we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.